Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I will show you how to copy the files or directory from one server to another Linux server using SCP command. So the SCP command which we can use to copy the files or directories from one Linux server to another Linux server securely. So here is the syntax for copy the files or directories from one Linux server to another Linux server. And here we can use the SCP and we can use the options, and here source file name or directory name and username and server IP for the destination and path. So here see src file or directory name, the name of the files or directory that needs to be copied, then the username of the destination server, IP address of the destination server, and the path, the directory where the files or directory should be copied into the destination server. So here are the examples. So if we can take two servers, one is called server 1 and server 2. So I need to copy the files or directories from server 1 to server 2. That time I need to connect to the server 1 first, then I need to copy to the server 2. Or we can connect to the server 2 and we can copy from server 1 to server 2. There are two ways are there. So here is the example. The first example is I can copy the files or directories from server 1 to server 2. So in this case, I need to log into the server 1. So this is the syntax actually. And here there are two options are there. One is for -r. It's a recursively. Whenever we need to copy the directories, that time we can copy with the recursive mode. The P means it's a preserves modifications time, access time, and the modes for the original file or directories which we are copying from source to destination. Then the second approach is I need to copy the files from server 2 to server 1. That time I will be sitting on the server 1 and I am copying from server 2. So see here I log into the server 1 and here test is the server 2 username and 10.0.0.1 is the server 2 IP, and in the server 2 script.txt file path, and dot means from the server 1 where you need to copy. Dot means it's a current directory. So this will copy script.txt file from server to server 1, but make sure this command should be executed from the server 1. Let's jump into that practical session. See here, this is called server 1. Okay, make sure this is a server 1 I am considering, and this is called server 2. Okay, pwd ls space -lrt. See here only test.txt is there. So I'm going to the server 1. I am planning to copy from server 1 to server 2. So scp space -rp I can copy get texture. So here, so the syntax is scp space -rp. I am copying that wget.zip file. So server 2 username and server 2 IP address. Then in that server where I need to copy. So I'm going to copy in the home DevOps path. If you want to copy some other location, you can give this path. Then you can enter. It is asking the password of server 2. So you should have to give the password of DevOps user of server 2. Now see it is copied to the server 2. Now you can go to the server 2. You can enter the ls space -lrt. Now see it is copied actually. At the same way, if you want to copy for multiple files or directories. So NL, this is one of the file permissions file I am copying, under directory 2 I am copying, sorry, directory 1 I am copying, under directory I am copying. See here now multiple files and multiple directories also we can copy at a time. And why we are using R means, so whenever inside of the directories there are subdirectories or subfiles are there, that time that should be copied in the recursive manner. And Here NL is the file, permission is the file. So these files and directories, timestamp, date and modes, everything should be same if we can copy by using -p. If you can enter, it is asking the password again. So I am entering the password. Then you can see here all the files and directories got copied. Now you can go and see here. Okay, now there is a scenario. I need to copy the file or directory from server 2 to server 1. Now I was there in the server 1. How we need to copy from server 2 to server 1 while sitting in the server 1. Now see scp space -rp. Okay, so see here, this is the command scp space -rp. So you should have to give the server 2 IP address, username, then the server 2 file path or directory path which you want to copy. Then you have to give that dot, means it will copy to the current directory of the server 1. If you can enter, it is asking that password of the server 1, sorry, server 2. Now see test.txt should be copied now, ls space -lrt. See here, or you can go to the server 2, you can create mkdir, you can put production, okay, directory and qa directory. Okay, enter. Now I want to copy only production directory. Now if we can come here, see here I need to put production. This should be available in the home DevOps. If you can check here in the server 2 home DevOps location, production directory is available. I am copying here. So dot means it's a current directory. So you should have to provide the password of test2. See here ls space -lrt. See production, it's copied. It's empty directory. Okay, so this is how we can copy the files or directories from server 1 to server 2 or server 2 to server 1. So there are two syntaxes we have here. If you can put path also, actually /home/ubuntu, you can put it whatever it is. Okay, here make sure that this path should be server 1 path, actually source path. This entire command should be destination thing, actually. Okay, so there are two syntax you can remember here. So one syntax is, so you can see here scp space -rp. You can give that directly destination username and destination server IP address and destination file or directory path, and in the source where you need to copy. Dot means it's a current directory. You can put path for source. This is for server 2 to current server which we are sitting. So there is a one more command which we have seen. This is for, if we can go here, scp space -rp. You should have to provide the source files or directories. Then after that you need to be provided for the second server or destination server username, IP details and path. This is for copying from source to destination, and this command is for copy from destination server to source server. Okay, getting right? And here you need to define scp means I told it's a secure copy. Okay, so here we discussed last time copy command. Whenever we need to copy the files or directories inside the server from one path to another path, that time we can use cp. Cp should work inside the server, and scp should work one server to another server, with that different options also. Here there are few other options also will be there. We will discuss -P, -Q. Okay, -S is there, but frequently we are using -rp. R means whenever we can copy the directories, that time we can use recursively. P means it's a timestamp. Suppose example here, if you can see, I want to copy without P. Let's see how it work. Okay, enter. I'm giving that password for the DevOps user. See here, we copy it. Make sure NL has that April 26th actually. Now if we can see here, so NL has August. Okay, so if you cannot put the P, all these files has that August 1st is there actually. Okay, today's date. Sometimes what happened, right? The permissions, the date and time should not be changed. That is the reason we are using -p. -p means it's a preserve. Go and see same timestamp should come actually. If you can see here NL 26/18/06, NL said 26/18/06. So this is about SAP command, guys. If any doubts, could you please ping me in my channel. Thanks for watching.